Dr. Yusef Salaam, council member now, dear friend of mine as well, dear friend of the mayor's. He was pulled over, likely profiled. We got to talk about it. Here's the video.
Roll that back one for me too. Can you roll your back window, please? Hey, hello, I'm Officer Kentucky from the 2-6 precinct.
I'm Councilmember Salaam.
Council member?
This district now.
Oh, okay. Have a good one. Yeah, you're working, right? All right, take care, sir.
Dr. Salaam, Councilman Salaam is saying, okay, basically, why did you pull me over? What's the reason for the stop? The officer does not give him an answer. All right, let's get into it. Put it up full mass. Per CBS News New York, newly elected City Councilmember Dr. Yusef Salaam, who was wrongfully convicted and imprisoned in the Central Park 5 case, says he was stopped by police without explanation on Friday evening. The incident comes as Mayor Eric Adams continues his effort to get some city council members to support his veto of the How Many Stops Act. Let me explain that act quickly. That act that the mayor is against, all right, basically says, listen, you all, talking about the police, you have to document every single interaction, all right? We have to be meticulous about the record keeping now. The measure is intended to increase police transparency by requiring NYPD officers to document any encounter they have for investigative purposes, including the apparent race, gender, and age of the people they interact with. The city council passed the bill in December. Adams vetoed the bill, saying it would amount to drowning officers in unnecessary paperwork when they should be out on the street keeping us safe, end quote. So City Council Speaker Adrian Adams has moved to override the veto, and the council meeting on the bill has been set for Tuesday. Speaker Adams said the measure, police transparency, is a prerequisite to public safety because it fosters a community trust that's necessary to make our neighborhoods safer. Meanwhile, Mayor Adams invited city council members to participate in an NYPD ride-along Saturday, but Salaam said he would not participate because of the police stop that you just saw. In a statement, Salaam said he was driving with his family when he was pulled over. Quote, I introduced myself as Councilman Yusef Salaam and subsequently asked the officer why I was pulled over. Instead of answering my question, the officer stated, we're done here, and proceeded to walk away. The fact that the officer did not provide a rationale for the stop, which would have only been legal at level 3 with reasonable suspicion or higher as required for vehicle stops, calls into question how the NYPD justifies its stops of New Yorkers and highlights the need for greater transparency to ensure they are constitutional. He continued, quote, this experience only amplified the importance of transparency for all police investigative stops because the lack of transparency allows racial profiling and unconstitutional stops of all types to occur and often go unreported. The NYPD says the stop was proper because the car's windows were tinted beyond the legal limit. So let me read what the NYPD said. Quote, an officer pulled over a blue sedan with a Georgia license plate for driving with dark tint beyond legal limits, a violation of New York state law. The officer approached the vehicle, identified himself, and asked the driver to roll down his windows. The driver complied and identified himself as Councilmember Yusef Salaam, performing official duties, at which point the officer advised him to have a good night. This entire account is corroborated by body-worn camera footage and the vehicle report. The officer followed all proper procedures, including procedures that were put in place after Detective Russell Timoshenko was shot and killed through tinted windows in 2007. This officer should be commended for his polite, professional, respectful conduct and for using his discretion appropriately so the council member could complete his official duties. Understand what they're doing. He's trying to make this an argument about a single individual, the cop. Yusef Salaam, the councilman, is not making this about the single individual. He's making this about the macrocosm of transparency. If you are pulled over, the one thing you are supposed to receive is the reason why you were stopped. You are adversely stopped by law enforcement. And if cops aren't willing to do this voluntarily, we now need to have a law that mandates they do so and create levels of transparency for the public. So one is an argument of policy, and the police, they're making an argument of personality. Let's put them up. Patrick Hendry, the New York City Police Benevolent Association president, gave a statement, quote, "Facts matter, and the video doesn't just expose the lies about this incident. It shows the truth about the outstanding professional work of our members. Our members do every day. This council member and every other elected official who basically smeared our police officers owe them an apology." Apology for what? The policy is the policy. The council member said, "Why did you pull me over?" Now, if the cop respects the councilman so much, why did he not answer the question? Because if I respect you, and you ask me a question, you will get an answer from me. There's more. Mayor Adams responded to the incident with the following statement, quote, "We appreciate Councilmember Salaam, the new public safety chair of the city council, for bringing this stop to our attention." Did you hear what he just said? Salaam is the public safety chairman. That man said, "Why did you pull me over?" The cop gives him no answer. And we're supposed to celebrate the officer as if he respected the chairman of the public safety committee. There's more. "We also appreciate and commend the NYPD for following all proper police procedures and being respectful during last night's interaction, as the video and vehicle stop reports show. The village of Harlem deserves nothing less, and we remain excited to work with our council member, Salaam." Quote, "We spoke, and once he had the opportunity to see the video, he saw that the officer showed professionalism. It is, a car stop is stressful for a police officer, and it's stressful for the police who are being stopped. And I think he is able to see the video, and we spoke. And again, I am excited about being a public safety chair." Now, here's what about him being a public safety chair. Here's the thing. Bottom line, the policy is in fact needed, because who can pull you over and not state the actual violation that leads to the interaction? This is basic civil rights stuff here. Because if anything proceeds from that, let's say there is illegal activity, a good defense attorney gets everything thrown out because your stop was illegal. It cannot be enforced, and whatever you find beyond that is fruit of a poisonous tree. All right, Mayor Mondale, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm interested in a couple things. There was a Georgia tag. So you don't know what Georgia law is. Also, you said you pulled him over because of tent. Did you measure the tent?
Never measured it.
Did you have your tent meter with you? How do you know? We know that most of these tent cases get thrown out anyway because officers just pull people over. And why not just say, "Hey, your tent was pretty dark. It looks like it's more than 30% or whatever New York allows." You didn't say that. And I wish, but I'm glad he didn't, because the council might have got hurt, right? So I'm glad he announced himself, but I wonder what it would have been had he not been councilman.
Yeah.
I wonder what this idea would have been, what this case would have been. This is ridiculous and also scary to me. This is not exemplary work. If you pull me over for a reason, you should articulate that reason even more, because you're talking to a council member now. The fact that you're just letting me go because I apparently broke a law, right? That's why you pulled me over. The fact that you just let me go as soon as I say council member means you're not even interested in law for people who are elected officials, which means you as an officer are doling out two types of law and two types of justice. I pulled you over for a reason. You say you're a councilman. That reason is no longer, it matters no more, because I'm just gonna let you go. It's a lot wrong with this video.
That's right. But you see the spin happening.